Get ready to go from surviving to thriving with me, Clare Downham, where we explore the no tools, no techniques shift to overcome stress, silence self-doubt and create a life of calm, fulfillment and freedom. Let's dive in and begin your transformation. Hi there. So today, the truth about calm, why you don't need to seek it. And it really follows on from my last video on a very similar topic, but I really want to drill down with it today so you can really understand the direction I'm coming from with this. Let's talk about, first of all, about the seeking of calm. Now, you might not call it calm, you might call it happiness or peace or home. Some people, in a spiritual conversation, people often call it home. They often say, I want to feel like I'm whole, I'm home, I'm my well-being. People might call it that. It's really what drives all human behavior, the achieving of calm. I'm going to call it calm. I used to call myself the queen of calm. I'm going to call it calm for the rest of this session, just so I don't have to go through that whole list every time. But you put your word, the word that makes sense to you, you put your word in that space. It's our entire existence. And I think even just knowing that is really helpful, because then as we go into, if we really want to be curious about this, we go into every behavior going, what do I want here? What do I want? So much of the time is just to feel okay, like just to feel well, just to feel calm. We're going to call it, aren't we, in this conversation today? So, and all of our behavior is grounded in that. I would say, well, pretty much all of it, until we start to see the nature of this, and then we can move and take action and do all sorts of fun things without this underpinning, searching, trying to discover calm, trying to chase it down, really. So let's go through some of those things. There's a book called Chasing Fire, I think it's called. And in that book, the authors talk about a multi-billion dollar, they say, because they're American, or multi-billion pound industry or number of industries, which is about helping people feel calm. So let's just talk about some of those. It's alcohol, it's drugs, it's smoking, it's relationships, it's jobs, careers, it's money, it's the right house, the right car, the right, the right looks, the right body. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on and on. And for me, that outer world seeking was what led to burnout, because I think I may kind of see my story in a different way every time I kind of recontemplate it, really, when I see something new about it, that I was seeking that calm in my career, and I think I would probably call it now sort of self-worth, like feeling good inside about myself, really. And I'm fairly sure many women that I come across who, are the kind of ideal candidates for the Thriving Woman approach, they definitely have that kind of underplaying an awful lot of the drive in their lives. So we set out in life and we say, when I get X, I will feel Y. And Y here in this conversation today is calm. When I have, for me, when I get to the next point of my career, and when I look back at my behavior in my career, like the pushing of it was ridiculous. I remember my first sort of big promotion to a paid well, no, actually, I'd stayed in a job for 5 years where I'd actually been promoted internally. Just sort of happened, just one day the head said, "Oh, do you want some extra money for doing all this work you're doing?" And I went, "Well, I won't say no to that." So I got what's called a point on an extra point on my pay scale. But during that time, I had 2 children. So I had 2 babies, 22 months apart. They're now 25 and 23, which is a bit mind-blowing. And so then my next move, I'd moved house from Bradford to Leeds, so it was quite a good idea to move. I needed to move really, just because it was just a lot of driving with 2 small children to get to childcare and all that kind of thing. And so we moved. We'd moved house, and I did want a job move. Now, with this is when I was on maternity leave. So we moved just before I had my second child. So I had a baby of 6 months or so, and a 2-year-old. And I could have moved sideways just to another job at a similar level, but I didn't because I was always trying to find that feeling, that better feeling in the next career move. So I took a promotion with a baby and a 2-year-old in my life, and a full-time promotion, of course. Never worked part-time my entire career. And that endless pursuit of calm, I mean, it's just exhausting because kept getting to the next stage of the ladder, and it wasn't there. There was no calm there. It's just more insanity, really. More busyness, more stuff to do. And that feeling that I thought I was gonna get from each career progression just wasn't there until I reached the top of the ladder. I got to my second headship, big school, in terms of what we have in the north of England, probably the biggest kind of school, one of the, biggest kind of schools you can have, 2 form entry, big nursery, childcare, et cetera, loads going on. And it happened very quickly that time that I just felt like a hole, really. I still wasn't home. I still didn't feel happy. I still didn't feel fulfilled. I think fulfilled is probably a good word for it. And so then my pursuit of calm went into the outside world, to my social life. My social life became insane because I thought maybe it's there and it's not in my career. I best go party then and I did. Partied hard and did all sorts of things and just then, I've got a full-time job. I'm then trying to fill my life with things to make me feel better, and burnout was the result. Because the problem is that the seeking creates more stress, and because we get these, Clare Downham, my teacher, she calls them mini rewards. She says, you get a mini reward. So when you get that, I remember getting the phone call to say I'd got that promotion. Whoosh, there's joy, there's, "Oh my God, I've made it, it's amazing, da 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 da, feel fantastic. I'm celebrating, I'm taking the kids out for dinner, it's all lovely." So there's like a mini hit, and really it's a hit of dopamine. I think it's a hit of dopamine at that point. So we get a buzz from it, but it's not sustained, is it? And so it sort of temporarily makes us think, "Oh yeah, it is there. It is in that promotion. It is in the next thing. It is getting the next thing." And so we keep doing that because we keep going for the hit, really. And those hits, of course, are available in so many different things in terms of, unhealthy things like alcohol and all the other things I've listed before. But actually, equally, and this is not saying don't do these things, but it's saying, where are you coming from when you're doing them? Are you saying, when I've done enough meditation, affirmations, tapping, I will feel okay, I will have managed my feelings and I'll feel okay? Have you noticed that you have to keep doing it though? Like, is it really resolving things in a long term, or do you have to keep going back and doing more and more and more of the same? These tools and techniques are the same as the outside stuff. They fail to deliver lasting results. Whereas the Thriving Woman approach, this inside out approach, changes your life. it does deliver lasting results. It does move you to a completely different perspective on life, really. It shifts your focus inwards to see that calm is already there. It is not something you need to chase out there in the world. It just, calm isn't there. Calm is not in the outside world. It's within you. And the Thriving Woman approach is about revealing it, so you can see it more and more of the time. See who you truly are, and that is who you truly are. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helping just to shift your perspective a little bit, and that's all this is ever about. Keep tuning in and keep listening. Take care. Lots of love. Thank you for tuning in to explore your journey from surviving to thriving. For more insights and resources, please visit my website www.claredownham.com and explore the Thriving Woman Masterclass. Remember, thriving is within your reach. See you next time.